This is part of dinner tonight. We start off with some ground turkey, and then we add some vegetables to it, and we kind of deconstruct the bell peppers and roast them in the oven, and then we put it all together. You can put it over a bed of rice or some pasta or even quinoa. It all depends. And if you want to use less ingredients, I like to put all my veggies inside the mix, but you can, choose whatever you like. So this is what it looks like. So this is how you cut a pepper. You cut like right here, and then you just go around. So you cut out the middle there. See that? So all the seeds come out. There you go. And you take the seeds out, you toss the seeds, keep some of the bottom, and that's how it works. And since there's still a couple of seeds in there, you just pull those out. And then you do that, and then you rinse them, and you put them on the roasting pan. So you just put them on a nice seasoned baking pan. This is the one I cooked all my roast vegetables in. And you take it, and you put it in a preheated 400-degree oven. And you put it in, and you let it roast away for 15 minutes. And by the time you want to preheat your pan. So I'm turning it on, and you want to preheat your pan. You can use any kind of pan. I like cast iron because it holds its heat, but you can use a non-stick or whatever. And then I will take the vegetables. So I like to cut up the vegetables small when they go in with the meat, so that if your kids don't like vegetables, you can hide them in there and make them taste good. If your kids love vegetables, you can tell them there's lots of vegetables in there and it still tastes good. So these are these organic heirloom carrots. They're purple, yellow, and orange. And the zucchini's all shredded, and then I make the mushrooms really tiny. And so the first thing that goes in there is going to be the carrots and the onions, because they take a little bit longer to cook. Now it's time to cook. So we're going to take some grapeseed oil, because it has a high flash point and burns a lot less. And then we're going to put there, you can use olive oil, you can use, canola oil, whatever kind of oil that you choose to do. I just like these olive oil or grapeseed oil because they have good flavor. So this is what you do. We put in the carrots and the onions. Now, if you could have smell-o-vision, you'd smell the fantastic smells that onion gives off. But instead, we've got video, but look how colorful that is. Don't they tell you to eat colorful meals? Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So we let that cook down for about 5 to maybe a little bit longer, maybe 8 minutes. And at this point, I'd like to add a little salt. So I'm going to add some, I use pink Himalayan salt because it has healthy natural properties. And it's a salt that's good for us. I also like to put a dash of Italian seasoning. And you can put dried herbs in early because they need to build that flavor. Fresh herbs always are later. If you have fresh herbs, definitely use them last because they tend to wilt and then they have no flavor. But dried herbs you always put in and release some of their oils and stuff. You can always crush them in your hands to do such a thing. But look at how the purple carrots are making the onions all purple. Pretty. Now that the vegetables are sweated down a little, this is the time to add your turkey meat. Now turkey meat doesn't have a lot of flavor, so you need to add some flavor to it. That's why we put in all these beautiful colorful vegetables. And of course you always season throughout each level of your cooking. And so I'm going to end up doing salt and pepper, some more herbs, and then I also put in that, and then the garlic salt and some more onion powder because onion is a great thing. So now at the top, we just kind of chop up the ground turkey, let it start to cook. time you put the water on, fill up the water, turn it on high so it boils faster. So it's on high, you turn it on, good to go, and you come back and check your meat. So now as it's cooking through, you're going to go ahead and add some more flavor. So now we want to add some, I like a little bit of tomato in mine, so I'm going to add some tomato paste. I use concentrated tomato paste. So we just add a couple, that's about 4, I think. 4 presses there. We may add a little more, but it's concentrated, so it'll get you that flavor that you're looking for. And then we're also going to add some Worcestershire. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 seconds worth. And then some soy sauce. There we go. Get some of that. That's only a few seconds because soy sauce can be very salty. But it also adds really great flavor. And to this, I'm going to add a little bit more paste. And then I'm going to add some chicken broth because it can get very dry. So we add a little chicken broth. And let that cook a little bit more. And then towards the end, we're going to add our zucchini and our mushrooms, which also have a lot of water in it, so it'll keep it moist. And then once it's moist, and they also have a shorter cooking time. So far, I've been cooking this for about 11 minutes since I put the onions in. So now I make a little well in the middle as it's still cooking because the meat's still not done. We're going to go ahead and add the mushrooms, zucchini. So now we check on our roasted peppers. They're looking pretty good. A little sizzle there. They're almost done. You like them to get pretty charred and wrinkly. That's what we're looking for. So now we check on our boiling water. So if you put it on high with it covered, it shall be boiling pretty quickly. And then we look at our meat, looking at it pretty nicely there, cooking away. And then we add some salt. You always want to add a good amount of salt that's where the flavor is, and then you don't have to salt much later. And then tonight I'm using a chini de pepe pasta. You can use rice or quinoa, which is 1 pound. Since I'm feeding 3 to 4 people, it's plenty. So now we just let that cook. We stir just a little bit. Get that stirring and then let that cook away. And we have this cooking away, cooking all the vegetables. The meat's all ready. Vegetables are getting all cooked and brown in flavor. Now we check on our 400-degree oven. Oh yeah, those peppers are done. So now we take those out. We let them cool for just a moment, and then you got your orange. See how they shrivel? This is what you're looking for. So what happens when they cool for a little bit, then you'll be able to take off the skins. So I remove this from the pan, because what I'm going to do now, after I chopped up all the roasted peppers, we're going to go right in. They go in the pool. So this is how you make it, not quite an inside out, but just deconstructed stuffed peppers. For those that don't like peppers, you can still make all the good stuff in the middle, and then those that don't like it, but like it, get to have nothing but goodness. And then the pasta's all ready, as it's all boiled and ready to go. So now we'll just take the water out and then put it together. You plate it up. Take some of the pasta, put it in the bowl. There you go. And then you take some of the mixture, put it right on top. there is your inside out stuffed peppers.